Okay, we've got to talk about a number. A number that honestly changes everything. This is the $100,000 revenge, and I promise by the time we're done here, you'll see how hitting this one milestone is the single most important financial battle you'll ever win.
Does this sound familiar? You've been working your tail off for years, you're saving what you can, but every time you look at your bank account, it just feels stuck, right? That dream of becoming a millionaire feels like it's a million miles away.
Yeah, it can seriously feel like you're trying to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool with a teaspoon. You might even feel a little, I don't know, betrayed by all that slow and steady wins the race advice, because your progress feels anything but steady. It feels painfully slow. But what if I told you that this number right here, $100,000, is the key? It's the cheat code. It is without a doubt the most important financial goal you will ever hit.
Because, and you're going to have to hear me out on this, once you reach that first 100 grand, you are already 1/3 of the way to becoming a millionaire. Now, I know what you're thinking. No way, that sounds like a complete lie. The math doesn't add up. But the math behind this is brutal, and it absolutely does not lie.
So let's just dive right in and start by shattering the biggest myth holding people back, what I like to call the $1,000,000 lie. This is the one core misunderstanding that keeps most people from ever building any real wealth. Okay, so on the left, you see how we're all taught to think money grows in a nice, neat, predictable straight line. You save a dollar, you get a dollar closer. Simple. But reality, which you see on the right, is a whole different beast. Real wealth grows exponentially. It's powered by compound growth. That's your money earning money, and then that money starts earning its own money. It starts out super slow, almost invisible, and then it just explodes. And this right here, this is the whole problem. This is the trap. Most people quit during that early, flat part of the curve. They put in the work, they save for a few years, they don't see those huge results, and they just assume it's not working. They expect a straight line, and they are dead wrong. And that brings us to the heart of this whole thing, the brutal acceleration effect. Let's look at the actual hard numbers that separate the people who get wealthy from those who stay stuck forever. So let's map out this whole journey to $1,000,000. We start at year zero, obviously. Now that first huge goal, getting to that critical $100,000, takes a full 12 years. But look what happens next. Getting to 200,000, that only takes another 6 years. The time it takes to hit each milestone just keeps getting shorter and shorter, until the end, when you're making huge leaps in a fraction of the time. That is the acceleration in action. That first phase, we call that the grind. For those first 12 years, your money is kind of just warming up on the bench. Progress feels slow because you, and only you, are doing all the heavy lifting with your savings. Your personal effort is everything. And how long is the grind? Well, if you invest just $100 a week, it takes 12 full years to hit your first $100,000. 12 years. That's a really long time to keep the faith, and it's the exact point where most people get discouraged and just give up. But here is where the magic really kicks in. To get the next $100,000, it takes half the time, only 6 more years. The snowball has started to roll down the hill, and now it's picking up its own unstoppable momentum. Now check out this chart, because the breakdown is just stunning. By the time you actually hit that $1,000,000 mark, that little slice, just 20% of the whole pie, is the money you personally put in. That massive blue section, a staggering 80%, is pure compound growth. It's the money that your money made for you. This is the proof that eventually the system starts doing almost all the work. Okay, so the math is undeniable, right? But this journey, it's not just about numbers. It's about psychology. Getting to that first 100,000 is really about getting revenge on your old self, the one who was trapped by bad habits and instant gratification. The hard truth is that 75% of people fail before they even get to this crucial milestone. And why? It's not because the math is too complex. It's because we are fundamentally addicted to instant gratification. You know, the new truck, the leased SUV, always chasing the next status symbol that just keeps us broke. So here's the most important point of all. Saving your first 100 grand isn't just a number on a screen. It is proof. It's proof that you have forged a brand new identity. It proves you've beaten that need for instant gratification, that you actually value long-term freedom more than short-term status, and that you finally have the discipline to break the cycle. Just let that sink in for a second, because it's the whole ballgame. You become an investor who values freedom over furniture. And that, my friends, is the ultimate revenge on that old version of you who was trapped by a culture that just wants you to buy more stuff.
All right, let's wrap this up and see how it all comes together. It is time to reprogram your financial operating system. Look, the first $100,000 is, without a single doubt, the hardest part of this entire journey. It's a test of your will, a test of your identity. But the second you cross that line, the math starts to take over. That acceleration effect kicks in, and you've officially broken the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question. I want you to look 30 years into your future. Do you want to look back with pride at the financial freedom you built for yourself? Or do you want to look back with regret for the life you could have had if only you had started? The choice is yours. It's really that simple. Stop playing the game that everyone else wants you to play. Reprogram your mental OS. Make this exponential math work for you, not against you. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now.